What's going on, guys? It's me, Dreamliner Fan 2016 here, and today we have another model plane unboxing video for you guys. And this will be for the NG models Cathay Pacific Boeing 777-300ER in the Fantasy Retro Livery. I hope you guys are excited for this video, and without being said, let's get started. Now, if you guys are wondering why is it out of the box, well, technically, it's not supposed to be like that. Technically, I would have a cardboard box and I would just unbox it right away to show you guys the box of the model itself. But apparently this model did arrive while I was in Seattle, because I did had a Seattle trip a couple of weeks back. Well, yeah, a couple of weeks back when this video is uploaded. But as of this recording, I just finished my Seattle trip yesterday. We had a long drive home, and I did find my model of this aircraft inside my room. So technically, what happened was my mom, who was still at home at the time, saw my package of the model of this aircraft, and I was still in Seattle at the time, so I thought I would give mom the instructions to bring it up to Seattle so I can do an unboxing there. But she decided to unbox it from the cardboard box and put it in my room. So yeah, you can see why this model is already outside of the box, and I know it's kind of a different setup. It's not what I was expecting, but hey, at least I do have an invoice right here. So this model comes from the die-cast airplane store, and it has been a while since I last ordered a model from that website or that retailer. And this is actually my first ever pre-order model, and I did pre-order this model when it was announced on February 9th for the March releases, and it really this model did took delays. I think, I'm trying to figure out, but I think it took 1, 2, 3, I think 4 months for this model to be shipped to my house. And I did pre-order this model back in February, and now it's here after so many delays with this model. It's finally here, and I'm just so happy to finally have this model into my collection. And this is actually the first ever Boeing 777 model NG models did. Well, the United 777-200ER was their first model that was shipped. This falls in second place. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. But regardless enough, finally have this model with me, and without being said, let's get started with the review. So you got this very cool, nice looking retro Cathay Retro Livery style box. I really like it. You got the Boeing 777-300ER titles right there, the computer generated image of the aircraft. Cathay Pacific is older titles. I don't know what year this was, so I will pop that year number on your screen right now. Registration of this aircraft is Bravo Hotel November Romeo. This exact registration is currently in its standard livery with some kind of bird thing on the tail. But like I said, this is a Fantasy Retro. You got your NG models logo right here, 1/400 scale die-cast collectible model, Boeing licensed product right here. And panning over to the sides, pretty much the same with your aircraft right there, Cathay Pacific. Basically the sides are the same. And here's the back. There's your social media pages right here, and your warning hazards. And the item number of this aircraft is 73001. So there are a couple of things that need to be changed with this model. NG did some kind of inspection with this model just to see what things that need to be fixed. But yeah, so without being said, let's finally open up this model and see the actual model itself. And I should probably get my CRP. So yeah, so if you're wondering why this is shaking, yeah, that's pretty much the CRP in there. I kind of had the same curiosity with my the United 757-200 in the Evil Blue livery. I heard some shaking, and I thought it was some kind of broken horizontal stabilizer or engine. But I don't think this would be in this model. There would be no broken horizontal stabilizers or engine in this case, because I don't think it would sound like that. So a CRP should be in there. So without being said, let's get unboxing with this model. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make sure there's an opening on one side. I'd rather start with the very top, so at least it'll be easier, no creases. There's already some kind of opening somewhere over there. So let me try to take that out. Oh, there we go. Yep, I kind of like dented a bit, so probably I should have started from the very top, but regardless, we got that open. And take out the sides right there, and the model should be inside. And hang on, let me just like put this in front, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready to see like the Cathay Retro in 1/400 scale? Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Oh boy, look at that. And here's my CRP from NG Models. This is still in the January style format, so it's not green, but it's just white. But they did update this CRP to have it green, and this will be for April. So let me put that aside. And ooh, sorry about my light. Didn't mean to hit it, but there she is, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, look at that. Let me take off the styrofoam here and some plastic, and I would want to try to like take it out from the bottom, so let me try doing that. Let's take out that. There's no like bottom plastic right here, so I'm not sure how this is gonna. Ooh, there we go. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Okay, let's check the QC. Okay, that wing appears to be good. That also appears to be good as well. Horizontal stabilizers, they don't seem loose. What about the other one? And take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, she has came intact. Hang on, let me check if there's like a bottom antenna. There is. Oh my god, wow. Oh my god, look at the reflection. Look at the reflection on this, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Oh my goodness, take a look at that model, folks. Wow. Doesn't that look beautiful? Man, once again, I am finally happy to finally have this model into my collection, and this is such a very good fantasy livery. And here it is, you guys, the NG Models 1/400 scale Cathay Pacific Boeing 777-300ER in the Fantasy Retro Livery. This is actually my first ever Boeing 777-300ER, and honestly, it looks very amazing when I look at it. I really do wish that Cathay Pacific can actually do a retro livery for some kind of like anniversary special thing. Because like Qatar did it on their 777-300ER. They made like a retro livery out of it for the 25th anniversary. So hopefully Cathay can do the same thing. But regardless, this is such a beautiful model indeed. And like I said, this is NG Models' first ever Boeing 777 aircraft they did. So without being said, let's start reviewing with the model. So let's start off with the very front of the aircraft. I may go a little bit into like fatigue on this one, just like what I did for the United 777, because this is my first ever NG 777-300ER I have. So let's do it. So we got like the cockpit windows right here, along with your nose cone, which, like I said, just like the United 777, it looks pretty decent. Nose landing gear is about the right height. Got like the number right there that says November Romeo, part of the registration. You got your L1 boarding door right there. Your Cathay Pacific titles right there, which in its older style, the Swire logo right there, and you got your L2 boarding door right there. Pretty nice. Your top antenna is right there, and transitioning to like the middle section of the aircraft, you got your GE90 engine right there. The ground clearance on this one is absolutely perfect. If I could try like put it at the very front of the aircraft, yeah, I think the ground clearance on the GE90 looks decent. Yeah, I think that looks pretty decent. I think that's like a decent size for a GE90 engine. So glad that NG Models got that right. And here we have the emergency exit door right here, as you can see. And let me just put the model on top so you can see the wing detail. And here's the wing detail of the model. Let me try to like zoom out a little bit. There it is. And here's your emergency exit slides right there, like the slide indicator in this case. And when I look at the wing flex on this model, no wing flex as per usual. since it's like NG, and most of the NG models is like models have no wing flex, so that's a good sign. And the flex on the ground flex really looks nice. And here's like a closer look on like the rake wingtip of the aircraft. If I could try to like zoom it, it's kind of like hard for me to like zoom it on this side, but as you can see, like when I look at it from this side, I know my camera can't even like have a clear proper like zoom and all that. Like it can't really focus properly on the model, but at least it does provide like a very well shaped rake wingtip, which honestly I do like on this model. So yeah, that's that. And now we move on to like the main landing gear right here. So here's your main landing gear with the six row gear wheels. And now transitioning to like this side of the aircraft, you got your bottom antenna right there and top antenna, which they do have like the antennas right there, which I would say this turned out to be much better than my United 777, which has one missing antenna. So thankfully NG models managed to get all the antennas in for this model, which I would say I'm very happy about. There's your L3 door right there. And moving on to the very back of the side, like the very back of the aircraft, here's your L4 door, Boeing 777-300ER titles. Registration on this aircraft, like I said, is Bravo Hotel November Romeo. There's your APU, a very well detailed APU, and your horizontal stabilizers. And transitioning on to the tail of the aircraft. Let me just like adjust my tripod, and there it is, the tail of the aircraft. Yeah. So yeah, once again, this is a very nice model from NG Models, and really nice on how they like started off their Boeing 777 mold in Fantasy Retro Livery. A lot of it actually looks nice, I would say. Now transitioning to this side of the aircraft, pretty much the same, but you got your cargo door right there. And your second cargo door should be right there. And honestly, what I like about this model is like the reflection. I think this pretty much is made out of chrome, but look at that. Wow. That is totally beautiful right there, folks. And like I said, a beautiful model and a job well done from NG Models on their very first Boeing 777 mold. And I know I keep saying this a couple times, but it is a great model. And now let's get into different perspectives of the model. So here you got your top view. Let me just like move my light. But here's your top view of the aircraft right here. No 3D beacon lights, which like I said a couple times, I wish NG can do. I also noticed one thing is that like a couple of things I do want to note out is that there's no SATCOM or Wi-Fi box anywhere, because this is basically a fantasy livery. It's a very old aircraft retro livery. So pretty much like when these are around, there were no like SATCOM boxes anywhere. So yeah, also they did remove the newer Cathay Pacific logo right here, because I was thinking like having a retro Cathay Pacific logo right there and a current Cathay Pacific logo would be a good idea, so they just like scratched that off. And honestly, without the Cathay Pacific logo, it actually looks a lot better. So yeah, I really like that. And yeah, so now moving at the very bottom of the aircraft, and look at the chrome right there, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't that look beautiful? Oh man, wow, look at that. So you got like your main landing gear right here, your engine detail, your registration of the aircraft, which is situated under, I'm guessing this would be the left wing. And there's also some detail in like the metallic as well. Ooh, ouch. I did not mean to hit that hard. Once again, bottom antennas right there, which I would say, I think they're supposed to be red, but apparently they're painted white. So I wish NG can actually do more of that, but regardless, yeah. No gear flexes on this model, which I would say like it is in its ground configuration regardless, but yeah. And transitioning to the very front of the aircraft, I kind of like holding it at the wing, but here's the front view of the aircraft right there. honestly, I like the nose gear. It looks pretty nice. So yeah, here's your front view. And transitioning to the very back of the model. So here's the back view of the aircraft with very nice and leveled vertical stabilizers. So yeah, that is it for this review, and NG Models is doing a great job on making these beautiful models, and man, having my first 777-300ER into my collection is amazing. So yeah, now let's get into the conclusion of this video. So NG Models as a company does a very amazing job, and finally NG Models has done a Boeing 777 mold, and man, many people are gonna start buying NG 777s instead of like Gemini jets. I mean, not gonna lie, Gemini Jets' Boeing 777 mold is also good, but there are times where they can have like the 150% big landing gears, and some can actually be in the JC Wings mold. I mean, like the JC Wings mold is actually good, but I think NG Models is pretty much more superior, but Aviation 400 has a very good Boeing 777 mold. I wish I can try to get an Aviation 400 777 so I can at least try to compare it with my NG 777 or a Gemini 777. But regardless, I think I did said this in like a United 777 video, but Aviation 400 and NG 777 molds are pretty much neck and neck with each other. I mean, minus like the 3D beacon light on NG, it's still a good model regardless. So yeah, I would say that is it for today's video. So if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on that post notification bell so you won't miss a new video anytime soon. And if you want to see more of my model plane unboxings, make sure you go check it out on the card that's going to be appearing on your screen. And you can check out all of my other model plane unboxings that I do. So yeah, I guess that's about it for today's video. And yeah, I would like to, oh, hang on guys. What was it? Oh yeah. So I would like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Anyways, good night.